What's going on? What's going on? It's your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. We're here right here. Listen, I'm coming to you guys. Listen. You know, y'all know what to do. All that shit. And like and subscribe. Y'all know I'll do all that stuff. But that's what y'all want to do. But this your guy. Listen, I was talking with you guys earlier about eight revenue models. Part 2 will be tomorrow. But when I wanted to come back, I want to start hitting y'all with some stuff because we definitely got to start setting stuff up with this corporate structure. Let me put my little ticker down there. There we go. Got to start setting. Look, at some point you got to set your business up as a business. This is Silk Financial. Excuse me. I told y'all my sinuses are jumping, so you got to excuse me. But I'm gonna keep pressing because everything at Silk Financial, the stuff that we're teaching now, helps you with your structure, strategy, system, and sales. We'll talk a little bit about that. Building your business credit, getting you business funding, all that good stuff. But we're totally automated, meaning I don't do this alone. I have professionals, right, in our organization, right, that does the service for you. But we'll talk about that later. So let me talk about the 4 S's real quick, and then what we're going to talk about is pitfalls of small businesses. It's not necessary. You don't have to be a startup, but you're a small business. These things will apply to you. They might apply to you now. So let me go down here, share my screen, screen share. Let me work this out. Open that up. Okay, do that. All right. Now let me go and check where I'm at over here. Facebook. Let's see what I'm looking like. Give me a second. I want to make sure I got everything jumping here. Here we go. Let me see what my screen look like. Okay, so we're good. Okay. All right, let's get ready to get this thing popping. I don't know what happened with my something happened with my PowerPoint with structure. So look, talk about the 4 X's. Let me see something here before I get this thing going. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. All right, so hoping that it doesn't look crazy anymore. Okay, let's get this thing going. The 4 S's to success. The 4 S's to success. We're not going to touch on this, but we want to lay the foundation. There are 4 major areas that provide the foundation for new and existing businesses. Structure. Your structure. When you talk about your structure, you're talking about your business model. You're talking about your, S corp and all that other stuff. So those are pertaining to your structure. What type of business model you're going to have? Okay. When you talk about your business model, you're talking about your SOPs, you're talking about your budgets, you're talking about all that stuff, how you structure your business. Number 2, strategies. This is a little different because when we talk about strategies, we're talking about pricing. How do you price your business? There's 3 different ways to price your business that'll cover your personal and your business. So we need to understand that. Understanding pricing that if you're consulting, if you're coaching, if you're setting your business up properly, how many billable days do you have for that year that you can price your service properly. Systems, what processes do you have in place that you can start here in Charlotte or Atlanta or New Orleans or California, wherever you go, that you can drop it anywhere in America. And then sales, how do you get them sales? Well, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about when you talk about the 4 S's. So the 4 S's, they're not laden with business jargon, management lingos, analogies found in many books. They'll let you know that from the door. What the 4 S's do, it provides a necessary roadmap millions of Americans can use when starting their business, or if you already started. Okay? let's talk about, this is what we're going to talk about today real quick. Pitfalls of small businesses. Pitfalls of small businesses. And what you guys should remember, the 4 S's, the structure, the strategy, the system, and sales. Okay, some of the pitfalls small business face are: 1, complicated business ideas, which is part of your structure; poor revenue model, which is part of your strategy; poor marketing and branding, which is part of your strategy; lack of customer acquisition, which is part of your strategy and sales; poor time management, which is part of your systems; and no dedicated to a sales formula that's pertaining with sales. So here we go. Small business obstacles. Some small businesses obstacles are bad business ideas to a problem that doesn't exist or isn't necessary. Listen, find and solve an identifiable problem that adds value to a client where cost is not an issue. But all problems don't need to be solved, and all problems don't exist. Number 2, poorly constructed partnerships or ventures. A lot of y'all might be working with some people. Did you do a contract or did you do an MOU? You know, a lot of times I'll say when you're partnering with people on this level, on a small business level, I would just do an MOU so you both know what each and one of y'all responsibilities are. Okay? Next, poor pricing of their product and or services. Why? I hear people say all the time, we made 6 figures, we made 6 figures. Did you make 6 figures or did you make 6 figures? It's a difference. If I want to make $100,000, I know I got to make $175,000. And then how do you set your business up, right? How do you set your business up? You know, taking out the taxes, taking out Social Security, taking out for this, taking out for that, taking out for this. You know, have you set your business up properly to know how many what your expenses is to go over to get that 100,000 or get that 6 figure that you're looking for? And then you also talk about pricing. How many billable days do you have if you're providing a service? How many billable days do you have in a year? And that's only if you're setting up your business properly, because really you only have 125 billable days if you set your business up properly. Next, sluggish, productive spending time on tasks that produce neither monetary returns nor value. I say this all the time. Look at your day at nighttime. What did you do that did not add value to your business or to your personal growth? Then you need to get that out your way. You see, people always tell me, man, you're busy, that's why we don't mess with you, we're busy. No, actually, I keep telling people I'm not busy. A lot of times I'll be trying to find stuff to do, right? Because I don't involve myself in things that don't add value to what I'm doing. I don't involve myself in things that don't add value to my personal growth. Lastly, inadequate sales systems, lack of experience creating sales, which is the whole key. What is your system? You know what I'm saying? Where did you get your numbers from? You know, what processes and stuff do you have in place? What experience do you have in creating sales? So we're just talking about a few little things. So here we go. Complicated business ideas. A complicated business idea is generally a poor idea. Now, we have a course too, evaluating your idea. So a lot of times when you deal with us on our incubation and our fintech company, we'll deal with your idea before you even spend a dime. A complicated business idea is generally a poor idea. Your idea shouldn't have too many assumptions attached to it. Now, let me share something with you. And it's when we talk about business plans, we're going to talk about that. Assumptions. You know, your business model is your hypothesis, right? Your business model is your hypothesis, where you get your information, where you get your data, and you get your see, I just went brain dead. You get your data, and you get your statistics that will go into your business plan, which takes it from assumptions, okay? Lastly, a lot of what ifs means a lot of room for failure, because these kinds of unknowns require you to rely on merit of factors beyond your control. You got to understand, with all these assumptions and what if, you do not control your business. Excuse me, you do not even control your business model. Why? Because if this don't happen, this don't happen. If this happens, and it's just you have no statistical background, no statistics to verify, or no stats to show that it works. Complicated business idea. So we're talking about my man, Mr. Razor, a famous economist and theory about decision making, right? In short, it says that when faced with a variety of decisions, or in our case, business ideas, choose the one with the least number of assumptions. Fewer assumptions in a business idea provides a lower number of variables, or what we say, what ifs. Also, as far as complicated business ideas, as a result, you have to have more control on the outcome of your business instead of having to rely on factors beyond your control. If this person does that, then this will happen. If this person does that, if this person come on board, so you just like all these assumptions, all these things, you have no control of your business. Next, generally, you should be able to explain your business idea in just a few sentences or less. Actually, you should be able to explain your business idea like in six words or less, and a 6-year-old can understand it. And lastly, more importantly, your explanation should be in layperson's terms. It makes sense to the average person, especially if the average person is your customer. So when we talk about this, you have to ask yourself these questions when you talk about your business idea. How will I make money with this idea? Being clear on the value or benefit that you provide to your customer is the best way to assess whether your idea is worth anything. So I'm going to stop there because I'm never going to give y'all everything at the same time, right? I'm going to stop there. Let me stop my screen sharing. Stop screen sharing. Okay, listen. So that is just a few things that I wanted to talk about. A complicated business model. You want to go to part 2? Part 2 will be here tomorrow. Think about some of the things that we just talked about, right? The assumptions, what ifs, all that stuff. Do you have these things in place? Your business, your structure, your strategy. What are all those things? Have you even thought about this stuff, right? So look, I'm getting ready to get out here. This is your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. We're here right here, like we always say here at Self Financial. God loves you and I love you, and guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace out. Holla.